Good evening, campers. As I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about the merits of literary criticism, I thought I would do a dedicated video debunking some of the misconceptions about literary criticism and its purpose. Literary criticism ruins the enjoyment of reading. We're gonna start off with this one because this is the default response. The idea that literary criticism drains all joy, like that Powerpuff Girl episode with that clown who takes all the colours away. That's just not the case. Literary criticism is not there to hinder your reading experience, it's there to enhance your reading experience. Literary criticism offers you a way in and almost encourages you to think critically about the book. I would argue that literary criticism can't ruin your enjoyment of reading because you first have to read the book. How can you critically assess a book if you've not read it in the first place? Once you've engaged with the book and given your own interpretation, literary criticism only furthers and enriches that experience. Literary criticism enforces that there is only one correct interpretation. I will say I'm unsure where the majority of these misconceptions stem from. I feel as though it's from one aspect of formalism that people rebut against. But I will do a dedicated video on formalism and I'll link it down below for you to watch. The idea that there is a single definitive interpretation of the book is not true. And if you've spent any time looking into literary criticism and reading critics' works, you'll quickly come to realise that everyone disagrees with each other and everyone has their own interpretation. Literary criticism acknowledges that readers will bring their own unique perspective to a work, and in no way does it hinder that. In fact, literary criticism promotes and there is a want for a wide breadth of interpretations. Literary criticism is only for experts. This is simply due to the fact that you begin your journey into understanding what literary criticism is once you begin university. Therefore, there's a natural association and connotation made to academics. But in reality, you don't need a fancy degree in order to do literary criticism. Literary criticism is elitist and inaccessible. To reiterate, literary criticism isn't reserved for the scholars and the academics. It's open to everyone. I see that the main goal of literary criticism is allow everyone to enter and contribute to the wider conversation of literature. Literary criticism is just subjective opinions. While I can't deny that literary criticism is built on the backbone of personal interpretation, it goes much further than that. Literary criticism shouldn't be used to justify why you like a book or if you don't like a book. It's there to provide an analytical understanding of the book. And this misconception also stems into literary criticism is only used to determine whether a book is worthy or not. This notion completely oversimplifies the purpose of literary criticism. While evaluating the quality and merit of a book under certain lenses, such as formalism, it's by no means objective. Literary criticism doesn't deem if a work is worthy or not. Instead, it seeks to understand the artistic choices made by an author and examines that technique employed by the author and its broader implications within the work. Literary criticism is not making any binary judgments whether a book is worthy or not. That's not what it's there to do. In fact, an argument could be made that if a book is deemed worthy or if it's not worthy is an argument that coexists within literary criticism. And having these conversations in tandem with one another improves our insight and understanding of a novel. I do hope in my articulation I've been able to debunk some of the misconceptions of literary criticism. Remember, literary criticism is not there to stifle or hinder your enjoyment of reading. It's there to aid in unraveling the complexities the literature has to offer. But just like any field of study, literary criticism continually changes over time, and with that there are always new insights and new perspectives that we can analyse literature. However, if you want to disagree with me, rebut or even question what I've just said, just like all good literary criticism, please engage in that conversation in the comments below and let's talk about this.